We're rolling.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Woohoo.
Episode 92.
92. You remember 1992? We're starting to get there.
It was my first year.
There.
Yeah, I was in college. And I was flunking out of college.
Nice.
This is episode 92 of the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies Podcast, brought to you by Black Belt Digital Marketing. Anything you need to build your business, from website design and Google Ads to graphic design, printing. We do it all. Check us out at Black Belt Digital Marketing on IG or on our website, bbdigitalmarketing.com. We just gave it a little upgrade. Actually, don't love it. Don't love the upgrade on our website. We're gonna actually launch a new one.
Yeah.
So request a free online review of your entire online presence today. Literally, we'll go through, scan everything, all of your properties, your website, your directories, tell you what you need, tell you what you're missing, tell you where we can help. We offer free graphic design to any of our marketing clients. So anybody that's paying us monthly to help them with their marketing, they also get free graphic design. So
nice.
Whether it's a logo, a marketing piece, a flyer,
keeping it fresh,
no additional cost. Okay. Check them out again, bbdigitalmarketing.com. Right there on the homepage, you can request that free review. My name is Milton Campus.
Hola, Milton.
I'm a brown belt training out of South Florida. We got Bo behind the camera.
What's up?
Man.
Miguel riding shotgun. Shout out to our booking manager, Britt.
What's up, Britt?
What up, Britt? Great job. Today's guest, Kurt Osiander.
Yeah, man.
We've been waiting for this one. We wanted to do this for a while.
Yeah.
We were reaching out to him for some time. Didn't realize that he, I think he was having some medical issues, and that's why we weren't hearing back. We finally did. Roberto Santiago, one of our listeners, kept on top of us to get him. We got him, and he's here today. So I'm really excited about this one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, click on that subscribe button.
Do all the things.
We would really appreciate it. Do all those things that you could do. And
it helps the show out, guys.
It'll help the show.
Just helps the show out.
We're doing better after every episode, so we just want to keep on improving.
We need to eat.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten in so long, man.
Yes,
I'm so hungry.
That it helps us out, and with the subscribe on YouTube specifically, you'll get notifications each time we launch a new episode.
Yeah.
All right?
If you hit the bell gives you that, I think.
Bong.
There you go.
Bong.
Okay, a few quick shout outs to our sponsors. Thank you to our friends over at Flow and Roll. Hands down the best custom gi and no-gi gear in the business.
What up, Sean?
Sean's awesome. Don't believe us? Visit them on Instagram at flow_n_roll. Check out all of their custom designs. They're always posting what they're creating for their for gyms around the country, whether it's like hooded, like hoodies, like tracksuits and things like that for competition teams. Singlets, right, for wrestlers. Yep. Custom gis, patches. He's running a really cool program still where buy 50 gis, get patched, 25 gis, 25 patches, 50 gis, 50 patches. And from what I understand, he's actually putting them on. He's not sending you the gi and the patch.
Yeah.
He's going to put them on for you. He's going to sew them on.
Complete package.
Sew it or iron it on. I'm not 100% sure. But reach out, talk to them about your order, and then we always talk about their pre-order program. Yep. If you are a gym owner and you just hate writing that $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 check for 100 gis that you're going to need for the next 6 months or a year, and the belts and all reach out to Sean. You can get a pre-order program going on his website. Go check out his website, and you can actually just click on his menu and then click on teams.
Right.
Those are all of the gyms that he's running a pre-order program for. They put down a few $100 to get it started. He does everything. He assumes all the risk. You get orders. Your students can go there and order. You can order. They can order. But what happens is, you're taking orders, and you're still charging what you would charge them
at the gym. He just happens to be taking that money and then using that money towards your order, right? So you make the money that you would have made later. You still get the
after
profit.
You laid it out. You're getting that now. He'll give you the difference. You still get the profit, but most of the time, you're going to take that profit and put it towards the purchase, and very little out of pocket.
It's kind of like a membership.
I don't know. Do you want to call it that? Would you call it a membership?
Sort of.
I wouldn't.
No, it's not a membership.
Kinda. No, I'm saying
I would just call it some
pre-order program.
It's a really good way.
Pre-order.
Let's call it what it is. He calls it a pre-order program. Let's not call it a membership and screw him up.
It's that's a very easy way for.
I like the name.
It's a great way to just imagine other industries that could potentially do that.
Yeah.
You get everything that you need with very little, cash outlay, and everybody gets what they need.
Pre-order program. Pop.
There you go.
P, baby.
Yeah,
you could also find our podcast tee on their site, right?
Yep.
Check them out. at flow_n_roll on IG, and their website is flownroll.com. You get 20% off with code JJD on your online order, not your gis, not your custom orders. 20% off t-shirts, gis, things like that online. Right. Okay. Thank you to the BJJ box. We appreciate you. We got one here. We did an unboxing last episode. Go back and check out the Brendan Reed episode.
How was that jerky?
They are they are Jiu-Jitsu's favorite monthly subscription box. It's delivered to your door, filled with premium Jiu-Jitsu and grappling apparel, equipment, supplements, snacks, supplies, and a ton more. They find the best products in the world of Jiu-Jitsu and guarantee that every box will be worth more than the cost. Each box has between 4 and 7 items that you're going to love. We just mailed him out. Sean did keychains for us. I don't know if we've got one in here. We've got the little the Jiu-Jitsu dummy, the rubber keychains.
I know them.
Sean sent it out today, so we're going to have Jiu-Jitsu dummy keychains in
the BJJ
upcoming
box.
Yeah, very cool.
That's cool.
Use coupon code JJD10 for $10 off your very first order. And lots more cool stuff coming from the BJJ box. Hopefully, we'll have another unboxing in the next episode or two. Excuse me. The folks over at Neutral Zone are launching, or we've actually launched their new website and their product line. Help them with their launching their new product line, Neutral Zone Clean. And it's neutralzoneclean.com.
Right,
you see the products right here. Wipes. I use them every day. I have one of the original test canisters, one of the really fat ones. Remember I brought it in?
The white.
Without the label.
Yep.
It's in my door in the car. Get gas, use the wipes. Get a snack on the road, spill something in the car. I'm using the wipes. Incredible.
Mine's at
you got the sprays, the refill, and they actually have this big. If you go to the website, you're going to see a big one, white bucket.
I saw that.
Where like little
from like
cap where you can
from
pull
like
out
$80
the wipes.
to like 100 and something. Yeah, for like so it means you get like multiple packages.
You can get a bucket for the
refills.
gym. Now look, hopefully your gym will order. But if you're a parent, you're a student, you want to do something nice for your gym, go to neutralzoneclean.com, order a bucket, put it in the gym. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Also, they do bulk orders. You can go on and order like either 1, 2, 6-pack, 9, like packs of the wipes
or the
and
refills.
the sprays.
Yeah, the refills.
And then they have the combos of the spray. You can actually use this refill, right, to fill the bottle. Or let's just say
wet it up.
You can wet the wipes. You can put it in the wipes and or the bucket.
Yep.
All right. And then they've got some larger, they have a gallon coming. They have a larger bottle here coming.
No CBD in this stuff.
No CBD in this stuff. This is Neutral Zone.
It's hygiene. Yes. Only. Wrestling season's about to start.
Even that cold.
His son Chase wrestles.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of this, the kind of the drive behind all of this, including the CBD, has come from his son training. Mike, one of the owners, Mike and Candy are the owners. Mike is I think he might be, I don't know if he's still, I think he's a blue belt now. He trains jiu-jitsu, his son trains jiu-jitsu, and he wrestles. They're constantly traveling.
Dirty.
Like, they're always on the road and going to camps and stuff like that. So it's really awesome. They are actually part of the community, which is always nice.
Yeah.
It's not like some guy that came off the street and is like nothing to do with our world trying to make money. It's actually, we say in the commercial.
It's coming with jiu-jitsu in mind.
Combat, family owned.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So again, check them out. On IG, Neutral Zone Clean. On IG, on Facebook as well.
Their website.
The website is neutralzoneclean.com. Easy to remember. Black Belt Digital Marketing. We actually built that website. Some more stuff coming soon.
I visited the website the other day.
Very cool.
I liked it.
Thank you.
Good job.
I actually I wanted to support. I ordered some canisters that I'm going to bring to the gym and give out just to the.
I need to.
Students.
So the sample one that I got. But like the labeled one, I put it in my gym, like in the middle of the mat, like along one of the walls. There's just like 2 water fountains, and then there's like paper towels. Yeah, I put it right on top of that. It took about a couple weeks, but they're gone, so people were using them.
I'll give you another one.
That's cool. I'll bring it to the
soon.
gym. I think people were using them, so like that's real nice.
Look, this is all about for them. It's about being clean on the mats. Your training, and even in your personal life, right? You could be using these around the house.
Keeping it in your
gardening, car. In the garage. You're somebody who's getting your hands dirty. You could use this stuff, and just look. I used to say this all the time. Gets rid of the yuckies, right?
Yeah.
So
they're out there.
Coupon code is
JJD
for.
What is it? Isn't it different?
Yes, it is.
Because this one's 25%.
15% off,
and this is 15
at Neutral Zone Clean with code JJD. 15% off.
That's
okay.
Right.
Now we'll also talk about Neutral Zone CBD. completely different companies, completely different products.
Same owners.
Clean, yeah, same owners, clean. The clean products do not have any CBD in it. So no matter if your aches and pains are coming from lifting weights at the gym, rolling on the mats, or just a daily grind of life,
Recovery.
Neutral Zone has a recovery product for you. So find your Neutral Zone by finding the best product for your pain wellness so you can continue your active lifestyle. Check them out at neutralzonecbd.com, and you can use code JJD to get 25% off.
Dude.
And again, we're always talking about it. If you order anything from any of our sponsors, send us a snapshot of your receipt, and we will
put you into the raffle.
Into the $250 raffle. The rash guard is completed. The design is done. We're going to do the pre-order with Flow and Roll, and we're going to get our hands on the rash guards. And then at that point, we'll be able to do our giveaway. And we have some people that won, like they gave us listener questions.
Yep.
And I let them know you can get the coffee mug or the T-shirt that we typically put in the post when we're asking for questions.
Yeah.
Or I figured, hey, if you want to wait, I'll give you a rash guard. Rash guard's more than double the cost. So if you want to wait, I'll let you get the rash guard. I let a few people do that, and we're finally going to have it pretty soon.
I wore my Flow and Roll stuff yesterday. I actually did a double class. I did a double class.
I grabbed the pictures that you sent.
And man, like I forgot, good stuff.
Right. So we do have a new sponsor for this episode.
New one.
Vincetto, the Vincetto collection. You can check them out at vincettocollective.com. I said collection. It's collective, vincettocollective.com. I was able, so let me kind of tell you, I don't want Bo to feel bad. I wasn't able to get 3.
Yeah.
They told me we were able to get, like they said, hey, pick a watch under a certain value. And I said, can I get 2? Even, you cut it in half, and I see watches for this guy. Can I get another one? And they said yes, and they sent them over.
Are they the same?
No.
They're different?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got what the kind of like color and the one that I like. So this one was for me.
Okay.
This is very similar, just a different watch color face.
All right, let's see.
Check it out. I'm going to take my watch off, actually.
Packaging's nice.
Yep.
Check it out.
So let's, while you're looking at that, support for today's episode comes from Vincetto Collective. If you aren't familiar with Vincetto yet, they make exceptionally crafted and stylish watches at affordable prices.
Wow.
Other premium handcrafted, make sure Bo gets a snapshot of that. You got that, Bo?
Mm-hmm.
Other premium handcrafted watches have insane markups. We all know, kind of different brands.
Right.
You can finally own a high quality and lasting timepiece without going broke. And the best part is listeners of the podcast are getting hooked up to save even more with the biggest discount they offer. So if you're looking for the perfect accessory to help elevate your style, for a limited time only, you're going to get 20% off plus free shipping throughout their entire site, anything from their site, with our exclusive code. Guess what it is?
JJD.
JJD. Get 20% off with code JJD at vincettocollective.com. And I'm going to spell it only because if you're listening, the links are in the bios on the sound, on the podcast sound or YouTube, but it's Vincero.
Vincetto.
Vincero, but it's Vincetto Collective. COLLECTIVE.com. Vincetto Collective.
Check this out.
So go check them out, and I'm gonna.
So it's top grain leather, which is better than genuine leather, and then the straps 316T stainless steel, which is good.
So Bo, this is I always wear blue suits.
Did you?
I love blue, and I always wear like brown shoes.
Does yours say
you got this, Bo?
Vinci in the back?
Right. What's that?
Does yours say Vini Vinci in the back?
Mine says Beni Vita Vinci. What does that mean?
I came, I saw, I conquered.
Your life legacy? Is that what that means?
No,
it says,
I came, I saw, I
it
conquered.
says your life legacy on the bottom.
It says live your legacy on the bottom.
Live your legacy? Okay.
Yeah. Vini Vinci.
Very
You
cool.
never heard that?
No.
Came, I saw, I conquered.
Oh, okay. Now, you know what? When I got married, I wore my, and I changed the bands to like a brown band.
Yeah.
And it looks so freaking horrible in the pictures.
Does it?
It just looks so freaking ghetto. Like,
my wife hates
it would have been just beautiful to have like a nice classic watch like this. And that's why I wanted to get, I still have an awesome blue suit that I always wear and always wear brown shoes. And I went with, again, the blue.
I'm gonna.
Is that cool? Is that
that
your
is cool.
style?
I'm gonna go show it to my vice president. It's like a head.
Yeah.
So I'll just go to him and I'll show it to him.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna ask me the questions. What's the price point? Because that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you get yourself like a gator watch or a tiger, something like that.
Thank you, Vincetto.
Thank you, Vincetto.
Appreciate it.
I like the
I
aesthetics
haven't
of it.
worn it yet, so I don't want to say a lot about the product. I like to
Exactly.
to use it first before I really tout it. But thank you so much for reaching out. Thank you so much for sending us a few watches.
Really professional.
Next time we'll get one for Bo. And they do have some really cool stuff, Bo. If you want to look at, can we throw up the website real quick? They have stuff for men, women, eyewear, watches, right? So there's some cool stuff here.
It looks like everyday carry stuff.
Yeah, it's they've got
Glasses,
sunglasses, again, watches, wallets. Looks like you can change the bands. Sorry, I got speaking to the mic, Bo. But go check out the website. They've got lots to offer. Hopefully, we can check out some of these other products pretty soon. So just go check them out. Use that code again, JJD, for 20% off.
And that's
we're going to report back
if you
next
order
episode.
Twice, it doesn't matter. It's not like first order. It's like any order.
It's any order.
Okay.
It's they're considered a premium lifestyle brand. They're out of San Diego. They make high quality and affordable sunglasses, jewelry, and more. So go check them out. We appreciate the support, and they fall into this category too with our giveaway. If you order anything from the site, send us a receipt. You're
in the raffle
into the $250 raffle.
You might be looking fly.
Yeah. So they can only offer this big discount for a limited time. So don't wait or to be too late. Get 20% off plus free shipping site-wide, anything from their site with code JJD at Vincero Collective. Support our show and use the code JJD at VinceroCollective.com.
So right now it's 20?
It's 20%. It's 20% off. I guarantee that you'll find something that fits your style. Shop Vincero today. All right?
All righty.
Very cool. All right, guys.
Let's get to our guest.
Anything else?
No, man. Let's get to
Let's
this.
do it.
I'm
Let's
excited.
get Kurt in here. I'm real excited for this.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Kurt. How you doing?
What's up?
I'm all right. It's hotter than fuck here.
Where are you now? Where are you living?
Here?
I'm in Pleasant Hill, California. It's like a suburb of San Francisco, and it's like emergency weather advisory. It's going to be 108.
Oh,
what? Isn't it normally like 75 every day there?
No, man. It's always fucking beautiful here. That's why I live here. It's fucking always sunny, except for a few months, when I have to suffer and shit.
So tell us. We were talking a little bit before we just came on, but tell us exactly where you're at right now. You just had your hip replacement surgery, at least one side.
Yeah, on the 16th, I got my left side done, and it's still a little bit swollen and stuff like that. But I'm icing it all day and shit like that. But I'm pretty much been watching TV constantly.
Yeah, fun.
Watching any jiu-jitsu? Or does that scratch the wrong
I did.
itch?
No, I watched some jiu-jitsu today, and then I watch all the fights all the time.
Yeah.
And then
you're a UFC fan, right? You said UFC fights.
Well, there's been some good fights. There's been some really good fights.
The Contender Series has been freaking great after week one. Week one was trash. Do you watch it? The Contender Series?
I haven't checked it out yet.
All right, then I got some for you, sir. You have ESPN Plus?
Yeah.
All right, so go on ESPN Plus, watch Dana White's Contender Series, and start on week 2. Don't watch week 1 unless you want to have an aneurysm.
All right.
Start on week 2.
I don't want one of those.
Absolutely, they've been phenomenal.
Yeah,
fun.
Cool.
My dad. I always talk about my dad. Like I grew up. My dad was a boxing fan and watched a lot of boxing. He did not want to have anything to do with watching any MMA, and that's his show.
The Contender
He'll be
Series?
like, "Did you see the Contender Series?" I'm like, "No, Dad. I don't watch it." But
It's so good.
It has gotten him into the UFC, and he's like,
there must have been a lot of knockouts then.
he knows more about the UFC and the fighters now sometimes than I do, and like the young guys coming up.
You get to see the young guys coming up, yep.
Yeah.
And then you also get to see some guys who have a lot of fights, like that are coming over from like kickboxing and coming over from different countries like Japan and Siragan and like just a lot of different.
Do you guys watch ONE FC?
Yeah, I'm so happy they're on Prime.
Man,
Is it there already?
it was so awesome. It
Yep.
was so awesome. It was really a good show.
Yeah.
And the Muay Thai was just so fucking high level. It was so fucking
How
cool
about
to
those
watch that.
girls, man? Those girls on that last match,
Yeah.
they
They beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, their game is fuck.
Mhm.
I've only followed it on Instagram. Like I just watch
Right.
the outtakes and the if I follow somebody that puts their the highlights from their matchup, but I hadn't really followed. We've had a lot of conversation here about I was just like, well, jiu-jitsu doesn't have casual fans, and I don't think they ever will. And then you hear ONE FC behind the scenes, not even behind the scenes, just I wasn't watching it. They do jiu-jitsu only events or Muay Thai only events. That's the way we get more eyeballs on jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Is actually just mixing it in with other stuff, which
The whole,
is
the whole
phenomenal.
card. The whole card is mixed.
The next one has a really good fight. It's got Musami, right?
Mhm.
Musami or whatever.
Musameshi.
Yeah.
Musameshi.
Yeah, against I think a Silver or something like that. Souza.
Yeah, Souza. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up.
but
ONE FC.
that's straight grappling, and
Yeah.
so I mean, I'm sure they're gonna probably do like a 10-minute round or something like that, or I don't know what their format will be. That's what I imagine they would do, is something like that, 10 or 15-minute format.
Yeah. I went to a local event for XFN, and they mix in some pro fights with a lot of amateur fights, and some of them are just kickboxing. They don't do jiu-jitsu only, but they do some just regular stand-up, just Muay Thai, kickboxing matches. It was great. It was good. The amateurs, they were in their shin guards and
Shin guards, yeah.
But I like watching that. Actually, we knew two fighters from John Way Martial Arts down here in Fort Lauderdale, actually Plantation, Florida, and both of his guys won. I think they both won belts. One amateur, one went pro, and he won his first fight, and then the other one retained a title, an amateur title. So it's good. But that's that. I don't know if the UFC will ever do it, but here we are. Jiu-jitsu mixed into an MMA event is fucking phenomenal.
I mean, I think that if you do like all three of them or a mixture of like that, you draw like a lot more fans, and a lot of the fans at first were probably, primarily stand-up fighters or whatever. And not so many people do Muay Thai. I mean, seriously. But I got fortunate enough to got raised by Chris Cariaso and Bunker and Nunxium, and those guys are fucking Lumpini Stadium champions, and so I got a taste of real Muay Thai and how you train it and everything, and it was fucking brutal.
Yeah,
but that's why I was stoked. It was like they put on these guys, and these guys are like 3-time Lumpini champion. It's fucking super leg,
fight drunk.
Did you train for a long time with those guys? Did you do Muay Thai?
Yeah, I did Muay Thai for a really long time. Yeah. I started as soon as I got my black belt, and I started doing a lot of stand-up because I wanted to be complete before I got into MMA and stuff like that.
I believe that. And you were right. It is Sosa, Kleber, something like that.
Yeah, Kleber. Yeah, Kleber.
Yeah, Sosa. So that's coming up. It's gonna be good. I have been noticing as I've been watching the fights lately, especially with mixed martial arts fights, the new up and coming guys, grappling's making a comeback. There was a while where I feel like, you had the Gracies coming in, and then everybody was like jiu-jitsu top tier was defeating everything. Then the wrestlers started coming in and started kind of negating a lot of that. And then you started getting like the guys who were like one punch knockout guys who had good wrestling. That way they could battle the jiu-jitsu. And now I feel like the table is turning where it's like, if you have good jiu-jitsu and good Muay Thai, like you use the Muay Thai for distance. And then when you come in close, like against a wrestler, they'll clinch him up, throw these nasty knees, nasty elbows, good cage work type stuff. And
but you see, like that, we've talked about that too, that like, for me,
it's like cyclical.
MMA is the new martial art. I know it's mixed martial arts. I know what that means, but training MMA is the martial art. Like these kids coming up, they're going to a gym and they're learning everything from the beginning.
That's the the marketing aspect of it is like, okay, we'll call it MMA, and people will eat it up. And the thing is like it totally depends on where you're getting your MMA, and if the instructor there is savvy, he's going to have really proficient people teaching each aspect, and then it's going to take somebody who's uses all those aspects to show you how to blend them and everything like that. So it's definitely evolved again, because a lot of these guys are like 10-0 and they're a wrestler that can punch, and they finally make it to the top where they get to challenge the highest ranking guys, and then all of a sudden they get put on bottom. They don't have an elbow escape. They have no idea what they're doing. They're just trying to get to the cage wall, to use the environment to get up and peel the guy off your back, if you're lucky,
Right.
But I think the game has really, really evolved, and that the guys are really like well-rounded, and you'll see one guy get fucked up one fight, and he comes back another fight, and all of a sudden his game has changed already. So
Ryan Hall.
That's
he started off with that Imanari roll, and it worked a couple times, and then somebody studied some tape, and he just got it out, right? And he got freaking clobbered. Yeah. And then he came back, and then he came back the next fight, and he adjusted his jiu-jitsu, and he ended up coming up with the win.
He actually does have hands, though. He has hands.
He has better feet,
like a karate guy. He has good karate. He has good stand-up. He chooses not to use it.
Okay.
Agree? Yeah. Disagree?
I disagree.
Some guys don't like to get punched.
Yeah,
I agree.
Well, I mean,
luckily I didn't have to sacrifice good looks or anything like that. So I had no problems with it. My friends that were like slightly better looking than me, they didn't like to get punched as much, and so
there's no way you have any friends that are better looking than you, Kurt.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You're a man dime.
Yes, I do.
I've got an awesome question. One of the awesome listener questions that we got, and I was just like, I just thought it was funny. It said, it was best beard in the business is his Instagram handle. He said, why is it that we've never seen Kurt and Clay Guida in the same place?
Oh, man.
Do you get that a lot?
I get that a lot.
Yeah. I'd like to put him.
Dude, I don't think you understand. I got that. I get it so much that my friends are with me, and it happens, and they fucking start laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck you guys. And I'm all, what do you think? Somebody goes, hey, are you Kurt Osiander to Clay Guida? And he goes, who the fuck is that?
I'd be there being
that's
like,
what he says. I go, no, I'm not.
Dude,
but one time in Japan, this Japanese kid runs up to me in like a really oversized parka and like some crazy high tops, and he's just like, Craig Guida, please. And I'm like, and my friend Vince looks at me and he fucking starts fucking cracking up, and he's all, dude, I can't believe this. I'm all, I told you it would happen. And I'm all, yes, I'm Clay Guida. And then I signed the guy's fucking book, and then he was happy.
You signed it, Clay?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What he wanted.
What stopped you from pursuing, a career in MMA?
I was 46.
Oh,
and I start. Yeah. And I just wanted to try. Like I always trained with all the guys, and always did like all their camps, and taught them and trained them, and was a training partner and everything. And I'm like, I got to do one, because I can't lead from the front if I never did it. So I had it in my mind that I was only going to do one, but I liked it so much I did a bunch more. So I went 4-1 finally, and then I go, yeah, I don't think I should do this anymore. Like, it was just the 8-week camp is just fucking brutal, and I need 10 weeks because I got to stop smoking weed for 2 weeks.
Hey, you got your finger over the camera again.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
There you go.
So like,
God damn it!
we
got half your face on that last statement.
So our last guest, Brandon, the wrestler, and he was talking about, you asked him, do you want to pursue MMA? And he's 20-some years old. He's a young kid or whatever, and he's like, no, not really, because he's like, I'm doing really good with what I'm doing, like, and hopefully I don't have to get punched. He's a good looking kid, you know what I mean? So he doesn't want to get punched in the face. And I asked him, I was like, I didn't ask him. I go, I feel like you should just do one, just to like get it out of your system. I'm currently like, I want to take an amateur fight, and I don't even know how to fight.
I mean, I think it's, we would all love to do it.
Just do one.
Okay, now, Brandon, he's talking about Brandon.
There was no amateurs when I started. I went straight into pro.
Oh God.
Now, so Brandon, I know I heard him talk on the Jiu-Jitsu podcast, and he was talking about doing it.
Right.
That was probably 10 months before, within the last year. But what happened was, and we can kind of transition to this conversation with Kurt, is he took off on social media on doing like wrestling tutorials, and his career has taken off around his online presence. And now it's not, he's kind of like, well, the business is taking off.
Yeah, why?
It's about, I don't think, take nothing away from Brandon because he's a fucking wrestling stud, but it's like, why am I going to get punched in the face if I can make just as much or more money if I build this presence? And his guy is his mentor, Jiu-Jitsu. And where he trains, his coach is Chewy, is, the guy behind Jiu-Jitsu. So, yeah, I mean, you are one of the pioneers, right? I mean, you really, your move of the weeks, for anybody, the younger guys who don't know, go back and look, go search Kurt Osiander on YouTube. And I mean, like, you were the guy that, like, when I first got into jiu-jitsu, and you were looking for like the slick moves, you came up every time.
Hey,
I don't have any slick moves.
Yeah,
I just have really good basics.
Your triangle escape is my triangle escape.
So wait, and I got one too. So my coach,
I love it.
Felipe Amarante, he's a black belt under Cyborg, and Felipe's move is the lockdown. So I remember, I'm like, I can't fucking stand this lockdown. How the fuck do I get out? And you have a great lockdown video where you back out, you get the knee up, and they keep it locked. You can push down their knees, right? You kind of spread an eagle, like, never able to do it on him, but I was like, I got to find ways to get out of this damn lockdown.
Thank you to Feito IT and AV, specializing in commercial and residential automation, security cameras, CCTV, POS, and more. Check them out at feitoitav.com or call 305-428-2515 and let them know the dummy sent you. Thank you to Neutral Zone CBD, a combat family-owned company that supports athletes and the people who love them. Neutral Zone strives to deliver clean CBD products for sports recovery in gummies, lotions, balms, roll-ons, and more. After a competition, a hard rolling session, or a tough day on the job, Neutral Zone has a product designed to help you reduce inflammation, increase cell rejuvenation, and may even help with aging joints. Visit NeutralZoneCBD.com and get 25% off your order with code JJD. And follow them on Instagram too, at MyNeutralZone. Jiu-Jitsu's favorite monthly subscription box has now joined the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies Podcast. The BJJ box is delivered to your door filled with premium jiu-jitsu and grappling apparel, equipment, supplements, supplies, snacks, and more. The crew at the BJJ box find the best in the world of jiu-jitsu and guarantee every box to be worth more than the cost. Each box includes 4 to 7 items you're going to love. Visit thebjjbox.com and use code JJD10 to get $10 off your very first box. And give them a follow on Instagram at thebjjbox. Neutral Zone is combat family owned, so they know you need to keep yourself and your equipment clean. They created Neutral Zone Clean wipes and sprays for just that purpose. Neutral Zone products are formulated to reduce the risk of bacterial and fungal infections. Whatever's making you sweat, weight training, rolling on the mats, yard work, or just working around the house, Neutral Zone Clean wipes and sprays can make you feel and smell refreshed. Use code JJD to get 15% off your online order at NeutralZoneClean.com. While you're there, sign up for their newsletter to receive the latest info and updates on product launches like their new shower gel and soap bar coming soon. Are you Neutral Zone Clean? Special thank you to the crew over at Flow & Roll for all their support. Flow & Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow & Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and while you're there, pick up a Jiu-Jitsu Dummies signature tee exclusively at flowandroll.com. And remember, you'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
Yeah, if the guy's really stretching it out and everything, you have to hold his hips so he can't scoot towards you.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you move backwards and he can't accompany you with his center of his body. But, you know, that's one thing that all this time off has given me is like, I really know how to teach a lot better because I've been injured. And so I have to explain things a lot better because sometimes I can't just do it. Yeah. And so I'm like, I think it's really like improved my teaching skills and everything like that, which I mean, it was never bad, but I usually would just grunt and show the move and then go repeat.
Yeah.
So,
you know,
so that, you know, I think anybody, I'm a brown belt. He's blue. You're on the cusp of a purple. I mean, the next year probably, right? Anybody that's been doing jiu-jitsu for more than a few years, I think everybody has like, they're like, oh yeah, I learned this from Kurt Osiander. I know listeners who would like, get Kurt on the show, like have stories about their Kurt Osiander move of the week that they wind up using. Like, I think there's so many of us have those. And I
started doing it again. My film guy finally got some free time, and his kid lives out here by me, and so he has to be out here anyway. So I started doing some more before I got operated on, but I put a few in the can, and he's got a few, and then he's posting them up again. So I'm starting to do move of the week again, and hopefully, if everything works out, I can get my other hip done before this year, and then start 23 really strong.
You know, we had Yoshi Yamaguchi on, who was trained under you for quite some time, correct?
Yeah, quite some time.
Yeah, I saw you actually. He brought you in to do one of his move of the days, right? I saw that on his social media as well. Yeah, we just had him on a couple episodes ago. Yeah, awesome dude.
I saw.
We've got two questions from him too that we're going to ask.
I want one of his questions answered for sure.
He sent a couple of questions in as well, but I mean, he had nothing but great things to say about you on that episode. And you know, again, obviously, you've inspired him, and he's blowing up doing what he's doing. But it is great to see you back doing the move of the week. You know, you've been missed. You've been missed in this world.
By the community.
That's what I hope.
Nobody's given me the finger in a YouTube video in the longest of times.
I don't know. Kent Peters. Yeah. Kent Peters does some weird stuff.
Yeah, but we have the originator here of
He's standing on the shoulders of giants.
I just do that. I just do all the bad things because everybody wants to, and I'm the one that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so this is the interesting part, right? Like when you meet somebody from a different country, right, and they know a different language, the first thing you learn is bad words.
Yeah, right.
Right?
That's universal. You have to learn how to say "fuck you" and you're an asshole.
Pretty much. And where do I find beer? Like, ¿dónde está la biblioteca?
Where can I meet some girls? Where's the bar?
Yeah. And
exactly. You got to know how to fucking catcall in different languages and swear.
Right. And in jiu-jitsu, I had the similar experience where the professor will never teach you the bad words. But that blue belt, purple belt that you're like on the side, like let's say you're just doing like that, like a back drag or something like that, to take the back. And then like he does the move going, but then also like the second or third time, he's like, you could also do this, and then you learn like the sneaky, bad, dirty tricks. It's like, you need to know these in jiu-jitsu because they kind of get you out of deep water sometimes,
Sometimes you have to remember, it's like you got to fucking drill the crazy shit like that, like the dirty tricks and stuff like that, just like you drill anything else, because otherwise it won't come out in the right time, Mm-hmm. just like anything.
Can you hold on one second? My producer wants to check on something.
You got his finger over the thing?
Yeah. We keep on getting your finger over the camera. Is that what you were talking about? I thought it was a sound thing?
No. You got some pop-ups before, and usually when those pop-ups come up, his end of the video gets cut off.
Oh, hey, Kurt, we're gonna
I thought it was me.
We're gonna have a drinking game this episode.
Has it been off that whole time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought I had done something. I've been looking at the phone for this whole time, just going. What
so anybody that's watching, if
because I was cut there.
But you'll still we didn't pick up any.
No. We had video. He didn't have us.
Oh, he didn't have us. Okay, good. I saw that the camera was off here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so we got him. He wasn't getting us. We're back.
Yeah.
I thought we didn't record him the whole time. We definitely got the sound, but we've got everything on this end.
No, we got everything.
Okay, all right. Now you can see us. You weren't seeing us.
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't.
All right. No worries.
Okay, ready?
If it happens, just let us know. It's okay. We can cut shit out, or actually we just let it go most of the time.
I was just like kind of avoiding it.
No worries. Like, say something. No, listen. We're casual here. Go ahead, but we're good.
Yeah,
just
ready?
Continue. Okay,
ready? 3, 2, 3.
No, you don't leave all that in.
No. What?
Leave it all in.
All right, put it.
So,
hold on. Before
no, he was saying making a point of drilling the stuff.
Well, he was talking about like the sneaky stuff,
Yeah.
like and one of the things I used to do. I used to just go onto YouTube and look for sneaky BJJ submissions. My coach was 265 when I was probably 225. He's a short but really big. And he was a black belt. I was one of his first students, and I'm like, I gotta figure out some ways of like catching this guy. Like, you know, I was hungry to learn, and I want to catch him. And I used to just search sneaky BJJ submissions.
The natural progression is you want to kill the master.
Yeah.
Is there
TV on?
Yeah, is there a TV on in the background or something?
Oh, fuck.
That's okay. We're picking up some of the sound.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty's on in the background.
I was not watching cartoons over you guys.
Multitasker.
So let's go back to so you just got the hip replaced. Is it okay? Can we talk about some of the other issues you had? You know, you had some other health issues. Are you okay with talking about that?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
So go ahead. I mean, you kind of, at least in the last couple of years, what the heck happened? You kind of like disappeared from off the map for a bit.
I was pushing myself really hard, and it like ended up being like so much stress and strain with my ex, and then my work, and then my career, and then me wanting to continue to train a lot and not resting, and still drinking a fifth of whiskey every night, and, you know,
that'll do it.
And
wow.
And pretty soon it got it, and then it got pretty bad. Then I was like, okay, now I can't even. There was COVID, and I can't even go train, and I'm fucked up. I can't even walk. So I just sat here and fucking drank a handle a night. And then finally I had an attack. And then they go, yeah, your whole fucking body is like depleted of like all vitamins and nutrients and what else? And you're diabetic now. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
And I'm like, I was never diabetic in my whole life. And they're like, yeah, well, apparently you forced yourself to be diabetic from drinking so much. But then I had to do insulin and stuff like that, and they taught me how to do that. And then I basically had to switch back to eating like when I was, you know, getting ready for a fight, really clean, and and not drink at all ever. And and
so was it type 1?
That
was that type 1 diabetes?
Yeah, no, I guess the one you get like
2.
No,
two,
type 1 is the one that you can reverse.
I don't.
That usually comes from alcohol, sugar, shit like that.
I'm not a doctor.
So that's probably the one I had. I'm not really sure, but I just changed everything, and like I don't drink. I smoke a lot of fucking weed.
Good.
And
once again, another reason why we've always equated you and Bo. We've always told him, Bo, wait till you meet this guy one day. We're going to have him on one day.
Yeah, I smoke a shit ton of weed too. So.
I had like a 2-joint pre-warm-up for you guys, and I got one sitting in the ashtray right here waiting for me. But you know what are you gonna? I can't exactly. If you can't walk, you know, like I can walk through the house and stuff like that, but like I can't like walk down the street or jump about. You know, or stuff like that. And then they're like, no, you can't start doing squats, and you can't do this. You have to wait until your 6-week appointment. And I'm like, fuck, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, well, you can do these exercises. And I'm like, that's me playing with my feet.
Yeah. It's like, do you know what I do for a living? And you're asking me to just like walk.
These are called ankle pumps. And I'm all, ankle pumps? What the fuck? And it's like, I'm sitting there like, you know, so your blood circulates, and then I have to get up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Flexating your feet. And I'm like,
start an OnlyFans.
And so like after surgery, and it's the nicest nurses, because they send them here to your house for like post surgery. So it's like a physical, you know, she comes and checks your vitals, checks your you're okay. Make sure you're not falling about or whatever. And they're all really nice Filipino chicks. They're fucking so funny. They're like, I'll be there in 45 minutes. And, you know, I'm all right. That's cool. You know, and they're like, do you have a dog? And I'm like, yep. She goes, does he bite? I'm like, no. So,
maybe.
I don't know. She's never seen a Filipino.
Not in San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
No. Well, there's a lot of them.
I know.
No. But yeah, you know, they come over, check your vitals, and then she shows me like, okay, show me how you get up. I'm like, all right. She's like, okay, that's good. Show me how you go here. And I'm like, she's like, follow me. And I'm like, fuck, this is really kind of annoying. I have to like, so I'm walking through my house with this person following me. That's really annoying. And then finally, you know, she's all right, everything's good. And then next week, I'll teach you how to get in and out of your car. I'm all, can't I drive right now? And she's all, no, you're not allowed to drive. And I'm all, why? And she goes, you're on narcotics. And I'm all, no, I'm not.
No more than usual.
I'm not taking the oxycodone you guys gave me. And she's like, oh, really? I'm all, really? I'm not. And then she's like, oh, so you're just smoking a lot of weed? I'm all, yeah.
Yeah.
She got Swedish there for a second.
Yeah.
Smoking a lot of weed, yeah.
So you got to get the other hip done.
Yeah.
So that what's your time frame? Do you have it scheduled?
I don't know. I got to wait until my 6th week, and then I'll go in there. I'll go, hey, when are we doing the next one? So
wham bam.
Yeah, I want to get them done because I was fucked up. My left side was so fucking jammed up in my socket that it was grinding just bone to bone, and it was doing something else. It was cocking my hips out of whack, so it was fucking up my back, and I couldn't stand up straight. I couldn't walk straight. I couldn't barely get up out of the fucking bed or shit like that. And then as soon as they fixed my hip and they replaced it, man, my back is fine.
What do they I've heard hip replacement. I've never looked it up. Yeah. What do they actually do? Are they taking bone out, or they're just putting something?
No, there's different types. There's different types.
It's a socket.
Look it up on YouTube and watch
socket,
it.
Yeah.
It looks like it looks like butcher shop meets wood shop.
Yeah. It's like they take the whole ulna and they chop it off and they do like an artificial, they resurface,
they made a slit in my tattoo on my left side, but he did a really nice job putting it back together. And they make a slit, right? And then they take your leg and they dislocate your leg and they point it out of the slit. And then they cut it off and they use a hammer to put a new top on it.
Yep.
And then they go in there with a fucking hole saw, like you're doing a door. Like you're doing a door, and it's like, wow! And then they put in a new cap or whatever cup in there, and they slide it all back together, man. Wow. They made me they made me walk that day and take a pee, and then they let me go home.
Same day, out the same day?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Most orthopedic surgeons are jacked for a reason because they have to manipulate joints like that and break bones on purpose and saw stuff off.
It's construction,
man.
I just went to mine this week.
Dude, it's like having a tire replaced, you know, you in and out.
Thin but rich guy,
It's my rack and pinion.
You know what's super fun? Go on YouTube and look up like orthopedic surgeon videos. Like when they do amputations, like these guys are just buck wild. Like they'll hold up a leg and they'll be like, "Oh, yeah." These guys don't.
They have to have a really good sense of humor. You know,
they're just ripping people apart all the day. Yeah,
I went and got cortisone shots in both shoulders this time. But he put 3 in this shoulder last time, and it was like amazing.
Yeah.
And now it's like he only put 1 and 1, and I'm like, I gotta go back in 2 weeks. So I'm hoping that it could give me a little bit more. It held me, you know.
It's temporary.
3 months last time. I was good for about 3 months on just cortisone shots.
Look into PRP.
So what? You
man.
still got to labor them and shit. You got to labor them and stuff. Everything's still good.
He's telling me this is the first time he's used this where he says, "I said, what is the problem? What do we need to fix?" He says, "You have bursitis." Right? So he's like, "You have bursitis."
Aren't those bone spurs?
I guess it like leaves pockets of. I'm not good at asking a lot of questions when I'm at the doctor.
It's basically the smoothness is gone and it grinds.
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have.
It's like a lap
eventually.
dance in your shoulders.
Like this, like if this is good now, but like straight up, like at that right there at that stretch, it still hurts. I could get the arm up but not without a tremendous amount of pain.
If the cops come and aim a gun at me and they go, hands up. No, my hands are here. And they're like, get
all the way up. They are.
This is all the way up.
I got bursitis.
Fuck, get on your knees and across your feet. I'm like, fuck.
I can't.
Yeah.
Miguel says I have bursitis.
Just be like,
sorry.
I'm a 5-side.
Way too many kimuras.
Yeah.
Key lock.
Yeah. And friggin' slot machines. People slot machining you. Those are the worst.
Fuck.
My son key locks me on the couch at least 5 times a week.
My girlfriend laid on me. My girlfriend laid on me wrong the other night, and I was like, ah.
Yeah.
And she was like, she jumped on me. She's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, you arm locked me really good. Thank you.
By the way, look, just for a little in-house here, right?
Yeah.
Last time I got a cortisone, I got 3 cortisone shots in the same arm.
Right.
I've had a groin injury. I had a groin injury at that point for about 3 months.
Yeah.
Next morning I woke up, no pain whatsoever. I told the doctor, and he was just like, no, it's more localized. I asked the nurse, I asked the doctor. They all looked at me. Everyone I've told, they've looked at me like I had 4 heads.
Oh, because your groin got better from the shoulder shot?
I told them, I said, I felt the next day, man. Gone. The pain was completely gone. I went and trained like there was no pain.
Yeah.
The leg pain never came back, but that little pocket right under the belly, that still hurt. That started to hurt again immediately. I was like, I tried to sweep somebody.
Isn't that more like a hernia?
So he's telling me I've done CT scans, or I did a CT scan. They said there's nothing there. He goes, you could have the tiniest little rip that we're not picking up, and yes, you could have the beginnings of it. So just be careful. I roll with something now, I call it a strap on.
Yeah.
It's got like a little.
I'd stay away from that.
Yeah.
It actually works really well.
It works fucking so awesome.
I'd call it something else.
Yeah, no, it's funnier to call it a strap on when you're at Jiu-Jitsu and there are women all over the place. I'm actually like taking it off at the gym too, because it's like, what are you pulling out of your pants? I put that on now and I rolled. So anyway, the day after I got these new cortisone shots, the fucking same thing. He told me when I just went to see him, he says, after the first shot, he says, you fixed something and your body was now able to concentrate on another pain. I'm like, no way. No way. Not in one day. 3 months of groin injury to one day. It's just gone after I get the cortisone shot. Happened again. I'm happy that it happened. He's like, no, it's probably, he wasn't like emphatically like, no, could never happen. He was just like, no, your body probably just, kind of repaired.
Did he graduate from Phoenix University?
Yeah, probably, right? So I'm better with again, and I'm like, going to take it easy this time. I'm going to wear my little groin hernia contraption, my strap on. And
my groin hurt really bad, like before my hip operation, because that's like the signs of it. And so like my groin was fucked up for so long, and then I started limping, and so I compensated, and so everything does something, right? So one piece falls, the next piece has to adjust, and pretty soon you have like a domino effect of like your injuries just fucking up your whole system.
Your lower back, I bet, started immediately hurting. Because you start like scrunching up when your hip hurts that bad.
How old are you now, Kurt?
I'll be 58 in December.
58.
Nice.
I'm 49. I started Jiu-Jitsu late. I started Jiu-Jitsu right before my 41st birthday. So I got into this, and I mean, I got a good couple of years without a lot of injuries, and then probably 2 years, 3 years in, it was like, the back, and waking up in the morning and having to like stretch in the morning. Then it started to happen. But
I started like at 28, and when I started being serious, and I went hard from 28 until 47, 48.
Hell yeah.
You were talking
and then my body, and then I started modifying and everything, but I should have modified like the whole time, because it was just thrashing.
Yeah.
It was a really big thrashing.
Would you change anything?
Time. Huh?
Would you change anything? Like if you could go back?
No.
Like and like advice.
I trained really, really hard with really, really good people, and I got to do a lot of really cool stuff.
I forget the quote by like that old Greek guy. Well, he's dead now, I'm sure. But it's
aren't they all?
Yeah.
So eloquent.
I'm paraphrasing, but it's like
Socrates. Socrates. Yeah, I think he's dead.
Yeah. 2,000 years.
But so I'm paraphrasing, but it's like it's something along the lines like it's a shame to be like a human being and never reach peak physical, like, you know, like strength and mental strength, because like as you get older, it's going to wither anyway. So it's like if you never knew what you were capable of,
probably
like,
Arnold Schwarzenegger, but
no, I think
it was Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
Cornelius McGregor.
Cornelius.
Yeah. And
I get what you're saying. I mean, it's
I feel
the
like that's what I'm
alternative
getting
is
from
like
you.
never having done it, and then you
Live
don't
with the
have this
regret.
incredible art. You would have never met the people that you met. You wouldn't know, have the skills that you have. Most of us, a lot of us have turned it into businesses, or how do you make money? It becomes our life.
I think it's just like
I
feel like you have such appreciation for like the human body, and then also like for yourself. You're like, man, I did that. Like I know you're not capable of that.
I mean,
now
that's totally what it was about. It was totally about that. I was like, what am I going to do? I'm all, well, then again, my dad's like the Olympic team coach for the United States and the national team coach for the United States for soccer. So I grew up already like with a leg up, you know what I'm saying? Like,
soccer joke.
With discipline. Yeah. With discipline, not just a soccer kid, a psychopathic soccer kid. And, and I was like on all the traveling teams, and I would have gone pro. And then I diverted for a while and decided I wasn't going to play soccer and be a lead singer for a band. And then my dad thought I told him I was gay. And then
wait, no, you can't glaze over that. What, when you told him you were going to be lead singer in a band?
He looked at me like he thought I told him I was gay. He was like,
yeah, like that's the equivalent. Like, yeah, Dad, totally.
The disappointment / confusion.
Instead of being with a bunch of dudes, I'm going to go ahead.
No, I don't think I understand. My dad's a straight up fucking German dude and came here like, like 1950 or 47 or something like that,
right.
$500. And he's like, fuck, you're going to fucking play soccer and you're going to be a pro and this and that. You're going to be like fucking Franz Beckenbauer. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm playing speed metal this year.
So I have a question for you. So when Germany beat Brazil in the World Cup,
that was so awesome.
Yeah, well, how did you feel about? Did you rub that into a lot of people's faces?
I was at a Brazilian house, and I was just like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I was
because they knew it was gonna come to that, and so they would just talk so much shit. And they're like, yeah, just wait until we see Germany if they make it, and then all, and I come in and I wear my jersey and everything like that. And they're like, fuck Germany, they're not gonna even beat so and so. Like, they're gonna beat them. Watch, and they fucking wipe them out.
So
was it Germany and Romania? Germany and Romania, and like I think it was early 2000s or late 90s. It was a huge game. I think Germany and Romania got to the finals.
Yeah,
and I think Romania kicked their ass.
So, yeah, I believe so too.
Do you?
I think this year I don't know what the European Cup is happening and everything like that. I've watched a few games, but not much. But I don't even know if United States qualified for World Cup this year.
Ouch.
For once.
I'm not sure, but it's coming to the United States, so we're going to get to watch games here.
They're going to play over.
Cool.
Yeah, the World Cup comes to the next World Cup is here. It's going to be all over the United States, but there's going to be games in Miami. I think Atlanta. I think California. They're
going on in New York.
They got to do California.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you give? We were talking about like being older, being hurt, but you wouldn't change anything. Do you change the way you teach and the advice that you give to some of the young guns? Because I've been up here, we've been doing the podcast for 3 years, but I've always talked about, guys, I'm older. Like, okay, yeah, you may be in your 20s. Just be careful with the way you train. I know a lot of coaches don't want you to take time off when you're hurt, or they'll say, come in anyway and do this or just watch. And I would tell them, like, guys, you could still work out. Find something that you can do, but take care of your body first, because there's no longevity if you're constantly training when you're hurt. Does that advice change from you to your guys?
Yeah, no, totally. I tell my guys, they're like, oh, I'm fucked up, but I'm not that fucked up. Well, no, fucking go sit at home and ice it and get a blowjob and fucking,
dreams do come true.
and take it and take it easy. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, because you
didn't do that though. You didn't do that yourself. You went in and trained.
I went home, I iced, and then I came back and did half guard
after the blowjob.
Yeah,
naturally.
Yeah. I think there are a lot of coaches, and I feel like it's two different things. They don't want their gym to be empty if you get hurt. They want you to come in and train. Right. And then some really do believe that, like, get in here and train through the pain. I'm not at 49, I'm not a believer. It's not realistic because you're going to wind up getting hips replaced and cortisone shots and, bad back and therapy twice a week or a chiropractor. Like that's the alternative.
That it is, but you have to realize, like, is it an injury or is it an injury? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's there's things you can do, of course, and you can drill and you can do this and that. And, like, you can do the tattoo kind of fucking training. Like when I get tattooed, I go, okay, for sure.
Yep.
You fucking slather it up with some fucking
vitamin E,
Vaseline, and then fucking put on some rash guards, and then you fucking do only outside passing drills. Because I can't touch you.
There was,
yeah.
Do you remember Ricardo?
Yeah,
Ricardo. There was a guy in our gym. He hasn't been back since before COVID. Purple belt. He'd definitely be a brown by now. He'd come to the gym, and it was just like every joint had it. It was wrapped, like spats with like knee braces over the top. Like he just can't. It was like
bionic.
You see him putting on his ski before, man, it was just like he was like almost like a mummy, but like wrapped in black.
Yeah,
but like, he had something on everything. But he trained, man. I don't know what happened to him after. I don't know what
caught up.
COVID kept him out. But I mean, he had some time.
He started bicycling.
Man.
Yeah, he started cycling. He was transitioning.
Yeah.
So like this brings me to like something that I spoke to him before the podcast. Like you had like the pleasure of training with Bourdain, right?
Yeah.
And so like he came in way late in the game.
Yeah.
Right. In terms of age.
Late 40s, early 50s when he started?
No, it was like 50
early 50s. No?
Something like that. He was a blue belt when I met him, and he was a good blue belt.
Yeah.
He had put the time in and had some, he had some good coaches over there in New York, and they took care of him, and he did lots of, private lessons and stuff like that, and that just accelerates.
Everywhere I've heard.
How did you guys meet? How did that happen?
Dude, that was totally like crazy. I don't know why it happened or anything, but what's her name? His producer called me up, and she was like, "Yeah, this is so and so from Parts Unknown, and we're coming to the city, and we want to do a
see." That's what I heard.
Shoot with you, and I was like, why? And they're like, because you're an interesting person. And I'm like, all right, yeah, that'd be fine, And so that's what happened. And
did he put them up? Did he like lay your name out there?
Yeah, I guess he wanted to come and meet me, and so he got like in super good shape before he came because he heard about my 7 a.m. warm up was crazy.
Yeah,
and
I've heard about it.
All the warm ups are always really crazy. I mean, for a long time because I had to suffer, so if somebody else has to suffer.
Hurt people.
And so I find that I find exactly it's like it's just like being abused. I was abused, and so therefore I'm going to abuse you.
Yes,
and and that's how it works. That's jiu-jitsu in a word. And then and so he came in really good shape and really good technique, and he was a really cool guy, man. It was really nice to meet him and everything before everything.
And what I was going to get to with that was I was saying, like, somebody that's coming in like that, like at that age, it's like that shows you could train, but you have to train differently, because he's had a whole life.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, do you give that type of advice to somebody that comes in? It's like, oh, well, I'm old. And then
then I go, yeah, but you were a fucking, you were military, you were this, you were that. You had, most of the guys that are older and then go, I'm going to fucking start doing this crazy shit too, are usually blue collar guys, and they're pretty tough and everything. Otherwise, they're very, very intelligent people. And then, I just separate them. I go, look, you can train with these people over here and they'll kick your ass, but they're not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
These guys over here, they're going to fucking hurt you and kick your ass and then make fun of you. And then
triple whammy.
Kick me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have to. I steer everybody. You have to learn how to pick out different personalities and different needs for everybody, and who's gonna fucking be fucking crazy psycho warrior, and then the other guy is just a fucking, he's a tech guy and he's a programmer and he just wants to get, healthy and learn self-defense, and then maybe he will, be a crazy maniac afterwards. But everybody.
So there's a transition in your gym. Like there's literally like okay, you go. This is the kids table, and then you have like this is the adults table, and then
when it's all like normal adults, like young adults, I go, you guys are fucking just fodder. Right. And then those guys get the full treatment. And then, maybe at the 7 a.m. or the 11 a.m., the more like, guys are going on their, more executive type guys are coming in, and they want to get a good sweat on them and work out and train, but they don't need to get fucked up, and then sent back to work fucked up.
Yeah.
Did that relationship?
Plus they got fucking kids. Huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Plus they got kids and shit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your relationship with Anthony continue after that? Did he come back to see you?
Yeah, he came back and saw me a couple times in San Francisco when he was doing a spoken word like tour where he was taking questions from the audience about the show, and then he came in one more time. He was just like hanging out. I had. Before he had left, it was his birthday, so I gave him some free lessons. I'm all here. You got this many privates with me, man. It's for your birthday whenever you come in town.
That's awesome. Dope. I heard he did that. Like because he's always all over the world shooting. Once he got the jiu-jitsu bug, like he just, wherever he went, he had, I believe her name was Sarah or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. And she would call ahead, find, like, obviously he knew. So like this happens. He was a white belt. And he was on fucking YouTube, and I'm sure he just went down the rabbit hole like everybody does, and just found you and was like, okay, if I'm in the Bay Area, I gotta meet this guy.
Yeah, but it was really cool because he took me to a really like some cool food.
Oh, and, he knows it.
No, it was like some sort of crazy like 16-course fucking dinner.
Dim sum?
No, it was really, really fucking schmancy because everybody else in there was like supposed to be there except for the Cro-Magnon man in a suit.
Got it.
And then and it was like a typical fish out of water kind of scenery. And then of course I had to like flick my hair back. And so when I did that, I fucking spilled this huge glass of wine on this hot MILF next to me.
Nice.
And I was like, fuck. So I'm like blotting the table, and then I'm blotting her. I'm sorry, miss. And she's all, don't worry about me. You had me at miss. And I'm all, fuck yeah.
Here we go. That's the cauliflower here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's good.
He was definitely like, he started after me. I looked it up. He did start like in his late 50s.
Yeah.
When I saw him, it was inspiring. I was probably already a blue when he started. And that inspired me. It's like, if he can fucking do it, I can get my ass out and train more often or get to the gym when I don't want to.
Jiu-jitsu is getting mainstream, dude.
Inspired. Yeah, and it was good to see, it shined a little bit more light on it. Well, he started including it in the show.
Jonah Hill's been training.
Yeah.
Mario Lopez. Bane? Yeah.
Bane's training.
Keanu Reeves.
It wasn't until I started jiu-jitsu that I noticed.
Ricky Rocket.
Right. How about
the guys?
Al Bundy?
The guys from Crowbar.
There's some guy from Metallica, right? Who's the guy from Metallica?
Oh, the Cro-Magnons. Yeah, that guy.
The guy from Crowbar. The guys from Crowbar are black belts in I believe in Louisiana. I met their teacher, but they were on tour, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, and the lead singer of Tool.
Yep, Maynard. I was backstage one New Year's Eve with him and Primus because I was doing private lessons with Tim Alexander.
I love Primus.
Bro, that was such a killer show. It was incredible.
If I could hear Mud live, I would probably be okay dying the next day.
Over my head.
No, it's a band. Hey, band, if you ever get to like go, I hear Maynard has a really cool restaurant in Arizona where he lives because I know he has his own winery. And he's got like a sick like restaurant that's like built into like the side of a mountain or something like that. Like you gotta like walk into a cave and it's all creepy.
Shit.
Yeah.
Did you hear much of the last album? Because they were supposed to tour and then COVID hit.
I heard the last album. When they dropped it, I liked it.
Right.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Yeah, it was probably since 10,000. What was it? 10,000 years was to me. I feel like was like the last like really really good one for me. But I'm also just like I like all their stuff. Like I like Perfect Circle. I don't even know how they do all of that. You know, it's a good band. They're just a good all around band.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Did you know that? I forget the name of the song, but like they created like I think 1 or 2 songs where they followed all their scales were based off of like the Fibonacci, like golden ratio. So they have like 2 songs or something like that are all like mathematically perfect, like in terms of like the beat and in terms of the lyrics and the notes that they use. They just follow the Fibonacci sequence. So like they like
sounds
they nerd out.
That's what really meticulous people will do. You know, they'll do weird shit like that. All my musician buddies that are like any good, like from the old days and the new days like that. I mean, they do stuff in certain progressions, and that's what gives them their style. You know,
nerd.
It's really interesting.
Do you play? Did you play the drums? Do you still play?
Yeah, I got a bunch of guitars. I got everything. I got to just fix up my room. Once my hip heals, my heap. I sometimes imitate my Brazilian friends. My heap.
My heap.
That
came out so natural.
Look, my heapy.
That was so natural, though.
You'd appreciate this joke since you're a musician. What's got 9 arms and sucks?
What?
Def Leppard.
Oh man, Def Leppard doesn't suck. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. That's fucked up.
You could pour some sugar. You could pour some sugar.
They're coming soon.
Yeah. So all those 40-year-old women.
It's gonna be Motley Crue. It's Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Who else? It's Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and one more big band.
Oh man,
I forget who.
Not Whitesnake.
All the Depends are going to sell out in the Bay Area.
Dude, that's fucked up. There'll be some hot old broads there. God, fuck.
I told you Miguel's funny.
Oh, man.
I'm guessing you listen to music while you train.
Yeah.
What's the go-to?
Yeah.
The go-to is always Slayer.
Oh, wow.
That's a big difference from Piero the other day saying... dance music,
R&B,
90s R&B.
Yeah, that's no, that's not me.
Yeah.
No.
Some Jagged Edge.
I'll put on something really fast paced and with a really good tempo.
Yeah,
and then otherwise it's like some good rock and roll, like good rock and roll, classic rock and shit like that. Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Van Halen, exactly.
Deep Purple.
Dude, Tony Iommi, great guitarist.
Exactly.
Love him. You know about his left hand, his fret hand?
Yeah, his fret hand. Whoa.
All his fingers are the same length because he chopped off the tip of all his fingers.
Yeah. That's why he gets that weird tone, man. That's why he gets that gloomy fucking Black Sabbath sound.
The
because
nubs.
of his fingers.
Wow. I also like Zakk Wylde when Zakk Wylde went over to Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that guy was a phenom.
Yeah.
He was I like Zakk Wylde a lot because he's a fucking monster picker. And I like Stevie Vai a lot.
Stevie Vai's great.
Stevie, yeah.
You know who's underrated? Well, not really, but like the guitarist from Marilyn Manson. What's his name? 6 or 7 or 9? I can't remember. He's a number.
No, he's I know who you're talking about, but he fucking shreds. I seen him
hard.
What about Steve Stevens? Yeah,
Steve Stevens.
Yeah, another shredder
for sure.
Yep.
I can go guitarist all day.
Go ahead.
Well, Milton lost. He's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Cool.
I have no idea.
I feel like music is
I was listening to 90s. Freestyle Essentials off of Apple
compilation
off of
the
Apple
compilation
music today on the way down. So,
compilation,
Spring Love, some Lisa Cult Jam. That's what I was listening.
Oh my god!
I listened. I wondered.
Listening to the way down.
I listened to the Sublime album on the way down here,
and then I switched over to.
I listen to Sublime all the time, but I'm gonna be really stoned when I'm listening to that. That's really kind of mellow and stuff like that.
How about Yaz? Remember Yaz? Oh, dude, Yaz was great.
No, I don't remember Yaz.
It was.
Me neither.
Disco.
Let's get. We got a bunch of listener questions, and I don't.
Let's get to.
We've got some cool ones, and I don't want to
not ask these because we got a couple from Yoshi. So first of all, so Yoshi's first message was, Kurt has a lot of cool moves with cool names that will fuck you up. Animal Planet, The Inquisition,
what a show.
The Sword Pass, just to name a few. Out of all of your moves, Kurt, which is your favorite and why, and what's the origin story of the move?
Man, I really like the Funky Donut.
The Funky Donut?
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, we're listening.
I thought it's from like a back take where I got one hook in, and I'm trying to look for the other hook, but the guy's, he's wise to that. So I go around his neck and grab my inner thigh underneath his chest, and then you slide off. So you sit parallel to him, and then you lay back into a Funky Donut.
The Funky Donut. Where did the name come from?
I don't know. I think I was like listening to some fucking like Motown.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one song on there, and the guy was like, "This funky donut," something like that. And everything. And I was sitting on the side, and I'm like, I know now what I will call this move. I'll call it.
So it was pretty random. I mean, so it's pretty random.
I was like, "Funky donut," and I'm always like, "Yes." And so and now when I fucking yell it out to my guys, I'm all "Funky donut," and they're like, "Oh," and they do it.
Yeah, that's
kind of like Eddie Bravo did that, like with a lot of moves. Like he named them purposely so that he could call them out, and people, he'd be able to tell them what to do without being like, move your arm here and do this. Like it was just like, this is the setup.
No, it has to be a Pavlovian response.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, everybody knows Mission Control. Like even if you don't do 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu, it's because some of his moves are so prolific.
Yoshi also asked, and he was asking this, I believe, for somebody else. Steph_37_5. That's their handle on Instagram. Said Steph wants to know, what is your message to the youth of the world?
What?
I don't know. Usually when I get something like that, it's like some kind of inside joke. Like I thought you would know. Like, do you usually give a message to the youth of your gym or something?
No, I don't think so.
All right, that's so fun. I'm thinking it's going to be like some spectacular story.
I used to say something to the kids. I'm like, listen to your mom, listen to your dad. If you don't do that, I'll beat your ass. Don't do drugs, I'll beat your ass.
Yeah, there you go.
Home.
That's probably
there you go. There it is. So tell us a little bit about Yoshi, if you don't mind. When did he start?
Yoshi started training when he was like, I don't even know how old he was. He was really young. He was a lot fatter, and it was a long time ago. And he came from a place that was a Muay Thai place called Team USA. Mm-hmm. And the guys that wanted to do MMA and jiu-jitsu started coming over to the gym, and they're like, "Hey, is it cool if we train here with you?" And because we know Luke and we know Joey and this and that, and so we started doing that. And Yoshi is really good at Muay Thai, really good at that, and really good at judo. And so he came over with them and started training with us a long time ago. And then we'd go over to their place, and eventually we put somebody there giving jiu-jitsu classes at that academy. And but yeah, it was a long time ago. Yoshi was still in college, or maybe just out of high school. Yeah, no, he was going to the judo program at CCF,
which I think he teaches now.
Yeah, and it was it's been years now. I would say it's well over 10 years. I'm fucking getting old, man. It's sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I go, fuck, how long was that? But it's been a long time, and I got to see him go white all the way to black belt.
Wow. Well, I'm sure you've seen that a lot. I mean, how many black belts do you have under you? If you had to guess.
I don't know. I don't know. A lot. I made a lot. Like
still special? Is that like a special thing, like as a gym owner and as a black belt?
I haven't done it for a while because of my setbacks, but yeah, I'm looking forward to making a lot more and and doing that again, because I made really good black belts, and they went on to do a lot of good, win a lot of stuff and win a lot of MMA and shit like that. So, and then, the thing about a lot of them, they got to this point where they were like, like almost going to get picked up by the UFC, but then all of a sudden it was like the flood of a lot of guys that'll bleed for free or bleed for less.
Yeah.
And and then they would like pick other names that they think they could build up better than that guy's name, even though that this guy, won that fight and you stole it right in front of my face and then raped me and left. And then,
it's a business. It's an entertainment sport.
So yeah, a lot of the guys that were like really excelling at MMA, and they were like, okay, well, I've done, 10 fights and everything like that. And these guys still want to give me like $2-3 grand and I got to pay for my flight and, all kinds of shit like that. But they instead started their own businesses or went back to their existing business and then fortified it and made it a great success.
That's good.
One of my dreams is to corner somebody in there, like be the jiu-jitsu guy in the corner.
I'm going to take an amateur
UFC fight, man.
I'm going to take an amateur.
At the UFC, I want to be ringside at a major event and be somebody.
You could use your imagination, bro.
It's cool. It's really cool because I got to corner a lot of people. And then they'd be like, no, Kurt, you're here, you're cornering me. And I'm like, all right, I'm backstage. So fine. And I know how to do what's supposed to be done. Go in there, tell him what not to do, ice him, make sure his cut's full, all that shit. And then, and then the strategy and everything like that. And I yell really good.
Different nerves. Do you get like different nerves? Like, cause I'm sure you've been on both sides of the curtain, right? So,
yeah. I'm always more nervous when they're fighting than I'm fighting. The only thing I'm thinking is like, fuck, at least I don't have to sing.
Yeah. All right.
Did you train out in Cheyenne? Is it Cheyenne, Wyoming?
Yeah.
Did you? I had
with Matt Kano.
Do you remember in the last couple of years the little boy that got bit in the face protecting his little sister from a dog? Do you?
Yeah. No, I haven't been there for a while.
The Walkers, yeah. Robert Walker, the dad, he sent a comment. He said our kid's first academy here in Cheyenne was under Kurt. Super cool meeting him. Loved his loop choke series, and I think the final move he would teach the class was called the Circus of Fun. Is that right?
Yeah.
What's the Circus of Fun?
That's one of my black belts. White Mamba made that up. And he started doing it, and he's a really tall fucking motherfucker, 6'4", but like not overly huge, fucking he looks like a snake. He's a white mamba instead. Yeah. He's a white boy. But he makes so much leverage, and he kind of like has a really like smart brain. So he started working on like angles and hooks, and then reading stuff about cranes and fucking decreasing inclinations and shit like that, and he started making this one little web that he would spin, and he's all, Kurt, I'm going to put you in Circus of Fun. I'm like, fuck you. And he'd get it, and he'd go, dun, 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 and I'd be like, you fucker, fuck you. And then he'd go, phew, and he'd fucking fly through the air like a fucking catapult rock.
Wait, is Circle of Fun like a
circus,
choke? Circus. Yeah, Circus of Fun. Is that like a joint lock, or is it a choke, or is it a?
No, it's a sweep that goes. It's a sweep series that goes like you can go sweep. He defends triangle, sweep. He defends omoplata, sweep. He sweeps all the way. He goes on bottom, fucking in a fucked up position, and then sweep. He resists arm drag into single leg stand up.
It's like an open guard. Series?
Yeah, it's a tall guy open guard series.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question about the GoFundMe. So that GoFundMe still active, right? I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
GoFundMe still active. So now let's go back just a little bit back in time before we really get into that. You start having your medical issues, and then your house gets robbed. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Well, my dad didn't want to tell me why I was in the hospital, but I was like in the hospital, and they fucking cathetered me and everything. God, don't ever get that done. Don't do it.
It's only
they force it. No, it should only be used as an exit. They put something the size of a fucking McDonald's straw up your fucking wang doodle. Yeah. And so I was in there for a week, and then my dad got me out and drove me home. He's like, by the way, your house got broken in. And I'm like, what? Emma, what happened to my dog? And the dog didn't do anything. The dog was a puppy. They came in here. And so they basically came in here. They kicked my front door in, and they what was left of my stuff that was already missing, all the good stuff was now gone.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of my antiques, my swords, and all kinds of like Japanese tantos and a lot of really cool stuff. Needless to say, I don't know what it'll get on the crank market, but I'm sure they got something.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
Have you been scouring eBay and stuff to see if you find your stuff back?
No.
Or Craigslist?
No, I haven't. That's what somebody told me to do, and I was just like, yeah, fuck them. Fuckers.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it was somebody that knew you weren't home? Like maybe somebody
I know it was. I know it was.
That sucks.
Most of those crimes are usually somebody like within an immediate circle.
So we're gonna put the
GoFundMe.
The GoFundMe. We did actually run it at the top of our if you're on Instagram and you click the link, we have a link tree. We did put it up there for a little while.
Cool.
I donated when it first came out, and I put it there for a little while.
Thanks.
We're going to put it back up there on our link tree. So if anybody wants to donate to the GoFundMe, you can either search Kurt Osiander Medical Recovery Fund. Let me say that again. Kurt Osiander Medical Recovery Fund. Or you can go to the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies Instagram, click on, actually, wherever we have a link tree on some of our other social media, click on it. We'll have it right there at the top. We'll leave it there for a couple of months.
Yep.
I know you've raised a good amount of money, but you've got a lot of expenses still associated with your surgeries, right?
Yeah,
use the help, right?
It's crazy.
It costs money.
So we'll do what we can to get this back out there for a little bit.
Cool.
And again, so if you visit our Instagram, just click the link tree, and it'll be right there at the top, and you can go right in and donate. So. We're gonna get let's get into what we call the drill down.
The drill down. Bo will put in the sound effects later.
So we have a group of about 6 or 7 questions that we ask every guest. Sometimes we kind of change them around a little bit. Some of the stuff we might have touched on, but you can elaborate as much as you want on the answers. But I'm going to throw them at you a little bit faster than the questions that we have so far. Okay.
All right.
So. Preference, gi or no gi?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. But if somebody says, "Hey, let's go train," are you going like, "Yeah, definitely got to have my gi with me," or,
Yeah, I'm gonna have both of them with me.
Okay,
Bam.
awesome.
Drake.
I'm gonna have gloves. I'm gonna have shin guards. I'm gonna have everything that I need to do what I'm supposed to do.
There you go.
Gym bag.
Takedown or pull guard?
Take down.
Even now? After the hip, or are you going to be more of a guard puller after the hip?
See. I don't know.
You might come back stronger, man.
You might be a little taller and a little bit more powerful in the hips now.
I don't know. We'll see.
So we did talk about music during rolling. That was one of our questions. Yes, you watch MMA. That's another one. But do you watch a lot of jiu-jitsu as well? Are you somebody that's going to be watching the
ADCC,
the Vegas event, the ADCC?
I'm watching the Vegas event because I know a lot of the guys, so I hope they do well and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I want to hopefully catch their fights.
Now, as somebody who puts out the content, do you also watch a lot of moves like the instructional type of moves?
I don't watch
other
those
people's
guys.
stuff?
I don't watch their stuff, and I don't even watch my stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Just record it and let them put it out?
Yeah. I don't do anything. I only do one take. My guys know how I am.
Man.
It was totally accidental that move of the week even happened.
Yeah. It sounds like really organic.
It's so
you
funny.
just do it. It's what you're teaching in class. Like it flowed very well. It wasn't like it felt like real super scripted or, I'm assuming
There's no script.
Was it
I
like,
have
hey,
no
we did this move
assistant.
today. Let's teach it to everybody?
Yeah.
It was more like that.
That's right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He's like Yoshi's dad because he's got move of the week, and then Yoshi's got move of the day.
Yeah. Who's your favorite competitor to watch? And let's start with jiu-jitsu. Do you have a favorite?
Man, they're not there anymore. They're all old guys now.
Still okay.
I mean, fuck. I saw Buchecha. Buchecha's really, really good. And then I saw him fighting once just recently, and it came
He's
out.
like 4-0 now.
Yeah, and it's just fucking his jiu-jitsu is so superior to those guys. And then he's like 250, and these guys are like, 250 to 265 is his weight division. But these guys are fucking big piles of shit compared to him.
Yep.
He's a fucking huge fucking human. And as soon as he hit the ground, he was like so quick on the heel hook that he did this last time. It was like so funny because the guy was like, screaming before,
So, I implore you to go to Bushesha's Instagram and like not now, but like before he would just be like, okay guys, I'm going to show you my envelope pass. And this is how you do it. Like you could see every single one of my comments to every single one of those videos is step 1. Be Bushesha.
No, exactly. Dude, he's 250 pounds and he's fucking not chubby.
He's good. And he's good.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And he moves
balance.
like a 6-year-old.
Yep. He's sick.
Fuck.
He's sick.
What about on the MMA side? Do you have a favorite?
He just covered 2 there.
I like Brandon, the kid who just won. He's a fucking
Moreno?
He's a fucking. I like him.
Great personality, man. Good, feels like a solid
I like
dude.
the way. No, I just like the way he fights. He goes out there to fucking beat the guy's fucking ass the whole time.
Chris.
It's not like I'm not gonna fucking go out there and fucking feel you out. I don't want soft lighting and mood music. I just want to fucking come and kick your ass. I'm gonna come and kick your ass, and then if I don't kick your ass or kill you before the referee pulls me off, I will do it again the next round.
That's
and that's the kind of. That's the kind of fighters that I like. I like guys that are coming out and they're not one dimensional.
They're there to put on a show. They do. I think it's great when there's a great fighter who also realizes like I need to perform. The audience has got to want to come back and see me again, and that's how I'm going to make more money and get my title shots.
They gotta have good dance partners too.
I think that they're fighting with more emotion and stuff like that. That they definitely are not holding anything back because they're willing to get cracked and then crack the full back, and they're very good on the ground because if it goes on the ground, then one guy's like, I know if I put him on bottom, I'm going to fucking tap him. And the guy fucking kicked your ass standing and took you down and then fucking rode you like My Little Pony.
How about that tall Brazilian, Michael Pereira? He does like the backflips on people. Like he'll just like backflip off the cage and like land on your face. He doesn't care.
I've seen that.
That guy.
Yeah, and that's kind of reckless and everything, but the other guys are like, that if you face him and you're like, I know I'm better than this guy, but the guy comes out with a solid plan and just nullifies your game and frustrates you and then wins because he was perceived as doing more.
Yeah. I've seen that happen a lot. Judges suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you don't want to leave it in their hands.
Never.
And so that's why I appreciate the guys that are like, fuck the judge. I'm going to go out there and kill this guy and then be pulled off.
Judge Dredd. I am
the boss
law.
says it every fight. He always says it. Dana White, don't
leave it to the judges.
We've all heard it. In any fighting sport, you don't want to leave it to the judges. No. Human error. Somebody's bought off. Somebody's brother-in-law is gambling on the
corruption.
Yeah, the human element. Don't leave it in
or
their
at least
hands.
at least do open scorecards like how they did in Pride, like in between each round, like show who won the round.
You are behind.
Yeah.
It's obviously a different sport, but I just watched a documentary on Netflix about the NBA scandal, like back in I think it was the 90s, early 2000s, where the ref was like calling the games, giving picks, Untold or something, is it called?
I remember the scandal.
There's a whole bunch. There's a series of these, and
it's like the NBA Pete Rose.
Yeah, it was like being able to influence. He says he didn't, but he could influence the game, or just know because a certain ref or the NBA came down with a certain rule and said enforce this rule today, and he knew that it was going to affect the game. Oh, that the ref is somebody who's going to enforce what the bosses are telling you versus who's not. And he was giving picks, but then he started betting on his own games.
Yeah.
Right. But going back to, to MMA, right? The human element, it can, even a basketball game can be influenced by somebody who's, a judge, or a ref can influence that game and make it. He's 100%. Like, he could make it sway 6 points either way.
Tim Kennedy versus I love you, man. What's his name again? Starts with a Y.
I don't know.
The big Cuban guy that used to be a Cuban wrestler.
Oh, Romero.
Romero, yeah. Yoel Romero.
So
Tim Kennedy had him like on Queer Street, dude. And in between rounds, like he took more time than he should have. And if the ref would have been reffing.
Yeah. Get up right there. He sat in the chair, right?
He sat in the chair, like took like an extra minute.
You weren't sure if he was quitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he ended up coming back and winning that fight. But if that round would have started, Tim Kennedy would have freaking took off that guy's head.
Yeah.
100%.
You can't let the refs into the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it's like corruption's like, or the Astros.
That was
like,
just some fucking veteran fucking stalling right there.
That too, and you hear that. So like, there's like sanctioned, like almost cheating.
It's like the Brazilian tap, right?
Yeah,
it's just like
the Brazilian tap.
Right?
Yeah,
is that what they call it?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's they tap you where the ref is not looking. Yeah. That's why you wait for the ref to say,
I squeeze harder.
Paro. But yeah, I mean, you hear even the commentators now, because the commentators in the UFC, you know, you got Daniel Cormier, you got a whole bunch of veterans that are doing that now. They'll say something sneaky like, "What a veteran move that was," you know. But what they're really saying is
they didn't let it fight. The last one I saw, the girls were fighting, and the girl got caught in this gnarly arm lock, and she was like inverted and couldn't get her hand out, and so she like tapped beforehand, and they're like, "No, we saw her tap," you know. And then one of the judges saw it, and they're like, "No, you tapped," and she was like, "Damn."
Yep.
Yeah. But then you got to get up and say, "Well, you got up and said you didn't tap," and now 5 people saw you that you did tap.
The replay saw you tap.
It makes you look like shit.
Yeah, or that girl that was digging her fingers in the eyeballs of that girl.
That was nasty.
Yeah, she's from ATT down here, that girl with the red hair.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. But that other girl was digging her fingers in her eyes to get out of that choke. She was reaching back and shoving her thumb in her eye. So it's just like, veteran move.
So
now that's I believe he just pulled his dick off. That's a veteran move.
So what is and honestly, do you care? What is it important for you to leave a legacy behind? Like, what do you want to be remembered for, or don't really give a shit, just want to train?
I hope that, you know, whatever people use the move of the week for as long as I'm around, and if they use it after me, that's great too. You know, more what's important is like that all my friends say that I was really cool, and that's about it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what really matters to me, is that everybody thought well of me, and that the only people that hate me are very few, and everybody who loved me, there's a lot.
We're amongst those guys.
Great, yeah.
You've definitely influenced me. I'll be, you know, again, first time I'm meeting you, we spoke yesterday, but definitely influenced me. I said that lockdown story is the absolute truth. I've had to find something to combat my coach. It never worked for me, but he still kicked my ass. But I think so many people out there really do have a Kurt Osiander story, like the video that helped them, or he's my spirit animal, or you look like.
I think you take stuff from a lot of people when you go down those rabbit holes.
So we have one last question for you.
Sure.
So this is a biggie. We saved the best for last. I'm gonna let Miguel ask the question.
Do you or do you not wash your jiu-jitsu belt?
I do not wash my belt.
He does not wash his belt.
I'll get another one if it smells really bad.
Yeah. So you're not opposed.
I have my black belt is right over here. Where is it? It's over here, and I've never washed it. I mean, I've gotten it so sweaty that it was wet, like I washed it, and then I hung it in the sun.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you ever washed any of your belts coming up? Or was that just a no?
No, I would. If they start deteriorating and everything, like when I was a blue belt, I had my blue belt for a really, really long time, like 5 years. And Hal was giving it to everybody else that was like there, that was not before me, you know, but they were smarter and they learned faster or whatever. But I was just like really mean. And so I would injure them all. It's true. It's so fucked up. I was so fucking mean. And then and so I go to Half and I bring my blue belt over. I'm like, hey, look, Half, look at my belt. And it had like electrical tape, duct tape, masking tape, and Scotch tape. It had every kind of tape on it, right? And it was like moldy. It smelled like. He's like, yeah, you better get a new belt. And I was just like, fuck.
Yeah. It'd be cool if you gave me a new belt, you know? Half, come on, help.
And you got that nice bright blue belt that you get to start with.
Is it hard to catch the belt so you can pack it to go to the gym? Does it run away? Like
no,
it gets to the gym 5 minutes before.
I usually don't. I don't pack my gis or any of my training stuff when I tour. I put 2 gis in my backpack and my belt's on the outside tied to it, and then like tape and knee pads and no gi stuff. And I always have that because if I lose my luggage, I don't give a shit. I'll find a place that has board shorts and t-shirts, right?
Yeah.
I'm really fancy. I'm a really fancy guy. You
lose a gi in your belt.
If I lose my gi in my belt, man, you might as well fuck that. You don't lose your sword and you don't lose your gi, right? So I always carry that on. And I put like bags of marijuana and whatever else I want in there too.
So
I go to different countries and I usually get sent to other countries with a nanny, right? A manny. So because I do really crazy stuff and I'll jump off of stuff and do really bad stuff just because I think it's funny. Yeah. And so my manny's with me and I get to the hotel room after we go through like 10,000 security cams and searches and everything in China. And then we get to the room and he's all, God, I was so worried that you had stuff. And I'm all,
still got it through.
That's how you do it. Do you not?
And he's all, what did you do? How did you do that? I'm all, I take it. I put it in a Ziploc bag and I close it. And then I put it in my backpack. And he's like, and then? And I'm all, and then. And that's it.
And then?
and
can't do that these days.
And
then.
All right, Kurt, do you have anybody? We'll give you a second. Do you want to give anybody a shout out? Say hello to anybody. This is
Show Your Roll Kimonos, of course, my major sponsor that always has supported me for years and years. I have all the coolest stuff, and you don't. And La Marinda Jiu-Jitsu, where I teach now on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 11. And I'm going to expand that as soon as I'm more healthier. And and that's about it, you know.
Very cool.
That's dope. Hey, I was gonna say, how cool are those the Show Your Roll Instagram, like the voicemails that people leave that they play?
I haven't heard them.
Oh my gosh, dude!
What did they do? They gave a phone number.
Yeah, there's like a phone number, and it goes straight to voicemail, and then it's just people just like, "Hey,
where's my gi?"
No, they say cool stuff. Like some of them are like, "Hey, just like stop talking to me while I'm rolling. I just want to go exercise." And I just be like, and then like the next guy would just be like, "Hey man, just like I just want to say thank you to jiu-jitsu. Just like jiu-jitsu like really saved my, I know it sounds corny, but jiu-jitsu really did save my life." Beep. And then you just hear like, he's like, "I just always wanted to be a ninja and I think jiu-jitsu's fucking sweet." Beep. Or like just like it's all these like random. Yeah, it's awesome. I think Show Your Roll definitely.
We gotta get that number.
It's on every single post. You can just call.
All right,
yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it's dope.
Hey, Kurt, hilarious. Look, don't hang up. We're going to say goodbye, but don't hang up. We're going to come and take a couple of pictures for promo by the TV, so stay right there. But thank you so much for doing this. Don't be a stranger. We'd love to have you back on again after maybe the next surgery.
Thank you, man.
Let us know.
I'm full of free time, as you can see.
We'll keep in touch. Don't be, like I said, we'll do what we can on the GoFundMe here, and love to have you back, man. So hang on for 1 second. Thank you.
I will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to Neutral Zone CBD, a combat family-owned company that supports athletes and the people who love them. Neutral Zone strives to deliver clean CBD products for sports recovery in gummies, lotions, balms, roll-ons, and more. After a competition, a hard rolling session, or a tough day on the job, Neutral Zone has a product designed to help you reduce inflammation, increase cell rejuvenation, and may even help with aging joints. Visit NeutralZoneCBD.com and get 25% off your order with code JJD. And follow them on Instagram too, @MyNeutralZone. Jiu-Jitsu's favorite monthly subscription box has now joined the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies Podcast. The BJJ box is delivered to your door filled with premium jiu-jitsu and grappling apparel, equipment, supplements, supplies, snacks, and more. The crew at the BJJ box find the best in the world of jiu-jitsu and guarantee every box to be worth more than the cost. Each box includes 4 to 7 items you're going to love. Visit thebjjbox.com and use code JJD10 to get $10 off your very first box. And give them a follow on Instagram @thebjjbox. Neutral Zone is combat family owned, so they know you need to keep yourself and your equipment clean. They created Neutral Zone Clean wipes and sprays for just that purpose. Neutral Zone products are formulated to reduce the risk of bacterial and fungal infections. Whatever's making you sweat, weight training, rolling on the mats, yard work, or just working around the house, Neutral Zone Clean wipes and sprays can make you feel and smell refreshed. Use code JJD to get 15% off your online order at neutralzoneclean.com. While you're there, sign up for their newsletter to receive the latest info and updates on product launches like their new shower gel and soap bar coming soon. Are you Neutral Zone Clean? Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and while you're there, pick up a Jiu-Jitsu Dummies signature tee exclusively at flowandroll.com. And remember, you'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
All right, very cool. Exactly how I thought it was going to go.
That's what I was going to say.
Awesome personality.
Cool stories.
He's super funny.
Yeah.
Very smart guy.
I think he's just supercharged all the time. Happy to be alive.
Yeah, look, he just had a hip replacement. He's still the Kurt that we see in the Move of the Week videos, and the person that we've met online, so to speak, right? Like we've met him, before.
I think chemically, his dopamine receptors don't shut off. I just feel like he's always constantly
and he was smoking up a little bit too, so you figure maybe he'll get
and what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong. We're not saying anything's wrong.
So
we're just making
dissing
observations. I'm not dissing.
All right, guys. So look, we're gonna close this out. Just one quick thing. Don't forget, if you purchase anything from any of our sponsors, send us your receipt.
Yeah.
For proof of purchase. I do get a couple every week, which is so freaking awesome. I'd love to be getting more. I know that they're getting more orders. I'd love to get those proof of purchases in.
I'm going to turn mine in.
Rash guard's done.
Yay.
Pre-order's coming.
Yeah.
You're going to put it on the Flow and Roll site. So the new rash guard, the Peace Love Jiu-Jitsu rash guard.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it up to Sean if he's going to add spats and shorts and all that other stuff. We're talking about that, but it should be up soon, and then pre-orders, and then we'll be able to ship out to people who won, and we'll be able to do this giveaway.
Are we gonna get an advanced order?
Not an advanced order. We're gonna do the pre-order, and then
No, I meant just us.
Oh, we're gonna get them first. We will absolutely get them first. All right. So don't forget, where am I looking, Bo? So send your proof of purchase to @Jiu-Jitsu Dummies on Instagram or info@Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. You don't have to send your credit card information, right? It's just the receipt. Let us know that you actually ordered something.
If you're intimidated,
we'll verify
send it to
if we
me.
have to. But you can win up to $250 in Jiu-Jitsu swag, and there's probably going to be more than that when we actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Check us out at Jiu-Jitsu Dummies for all the ways to watch, listen, and support. My handle's Uncle Milty BJJ. On Instagram.
I didn't
do the at. I'm still getting used to that.
It's all good. Mine's
at Uncle Milty BJJ on IG. I'm sorry.
Yeah, JJD_DJJ69.
Oh.
At Badworks, BADWERKS. Bye.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching and listening, everybody. Peace, love, jiu-jitsu.
Peace. Love. Jiu-jitsu.